Hey guys, this is your boy Rick with another video. Today I'm talking about modeling mentors, something that I believe that is the shortest way that you can get to where you want to in life. For me, my father was my first mentor. I remember the conversations and some of the conversations I had with him as if they were just yesterday, even though he died 20 years ago. And his example, has steered me very well over the years. When he died, the best thing that my mother did was to direct me to seek the wisdom that's in other people, mentors. And so then began my journey of using mentorship to unlock the secrets of life. From then on, my uncles, pastors, teachers, bosses, and then business associates, all these people I have been following one mentor or the other, for virtually all my adult life. And the results have been amazing. I'm always inspired. I'm constantly being challenged to dream big, and my vision has just been expanded. My vision just been expanded all from mentorship. And I'm not alone. Great people in history. Aristotle was the mentor to Alexander the Great. Warren Buffett had a man called Benjamin Graham as his mentor. The most powerful and successful people are almost always attributing their success to someone in their past that they listened to. And so, that's what mentors are. Mentors are shortcuts to get to your destination, or your dream of success. A mentor can teach you something you didn't know, or a mentor can show you possibilities that you never thought were possible. You know, they make you better and they help you leapfrog into success. The ideal with a mentor is when they can help you to be even better than they were. That's the amazing things with having a mentor. You know, in life, I found that the game of success in life is about getting over all the obstacles of life over and over again. That's what the game of success is. If you want to be successful in life, you got to keep getting up after all the obstacles, because life will always have obstacles. And you have two choices, if you're going to learn the lessons that life brings. Number one, you can learn from harsh experience. And people who are stubborn, people who don't like being told what to do or anything, they learn that way, harsh experience. Or number two, you can learn it from a mentor who went through the harsh experience. That's the thing with mentorship. That's why it's a shortcut. One of the laws of life, I love to study, and one of the laws of life, it states that, if anyone in life has achieved anything that you want to, then you can do it too. If anybody who has been alive at any point in history achieved something you want to achieve, then you can achieve it too. And mentors, you see, mentors are the men and women that are close to you, that are in your vicinity, or that are even in your sphere of influence, that are doing or have done things that you would like to do. They could be as close to you as a family member or a friend, or they could be your boss at work. They could be someone you've never even met. That's a good thing about mentors. The only thing I recommend with a mentor is that you find something that you have with them in common. That's the only thing. Now, this could be a common interest, it could be a common character trait, or even a common field that both of you are in, so that you can connect what they're doing or what they have done with what you want to do. There has to be that connection. So if it's your boss, because both of you work for the same company, your boss can teach you the ropes of how to go up and be promoted in your job. If it's a business mentor who maybe is an introvert like you are, that's a same characteristic. They're an introvert like you are. Maybe what you could figure out then was the thing that they were doing in private that made them successful, which can work for you. I do this a lot of times when I say, okay, I look at someone who was maybe a thinker, and I'm like, oh, I'm a thinker. So what are the secrets? What are the different ways that they thought compared to others? And I model that. So, because of the advent of technology now, also these days, it's possible to be mentored by people who are not even close to you. They could be even on a different continent. You can now be led by someone who is currently doing big things, or you could be led by someone who has long since died. There's through videos and books. You can be mentored through that way. For example, Tony Robbins, the motivational speaker, can be helping you to do motivational speaking because you're modeling him through his videos, you're watching his videos and the talks that he gives. Or Mother Teresa could be your role model on how to do, effective charity work, through her biography. Maybe you're reading her biography, even though she is long dead. This is the power of mentorship. Where then can you find these good mentors? And to ask, where can you find the good mentors? They're all over the place, actually. You just need to open your eyes a little bit so that you can know what you're looking for. You can find a mentor. A lot of times this guy can be in your church, for example. In your church, there could be some trusted advisors in there. Great people that can be your trusted advisor. YouTube is full of great leaders' content of great people. There's a plethora of videos on YouTube. Many conferences that you go to, they invite awesome guests who, again, they're worth following. I do it all the time. If I go to a conference and I find someone who I click with, who I love, straight away, I'm on YouTube, I'm on the internet, I'm figuring who they are. I'm trying to figure out, do they write a book? Do they have videos? I want to write that. I want to see that. Then you can find your mentor at your work, for example. You could just find someone at your work who is high up and who's doing what you want to do, and you say, hey, I want to model that person. There are great books also that open the door into the minds of amazing people, of big people of history. And books are cheap as chips these days. You can just it's so cheap to get a book. I'm such a believer in the biographies of rich, successful, and influential people that I recently even signed up for Amazon Audio because I want for a small amount of money I want to invest in getting biographies put to me in audio. And I love every single month I want to listen. I like to listen, especially if it's a story of someone. I like to listen to it rather than read it. It's a really, really good thing. And then listen to it over and over again and just figuring out what's happening with them. Currently, the one I'm reading is, how Larry Page and Sergey Brin started Google. The Australian billionaire Peter Daniels. And so loads of his stuff. He attributes a lot of his success to the fact that he has read over 1,000 biographies of successful people, historical figures, business people, everything. You should get a mentor. Also, another thing is you should get a mentor for every section of your life that you want to sort out. That's one thing you should do. Every section that you're interested in developing, you should have a mentor. And also you should have a mentor for the appropriate level that you want to reach. Let me expand this a little bit. If your goal is to be a good husband, then maybe getting Richard Branson's biography of how he started Virgin is not the right book for you, because that's nothing to do with that. You need to find someone who is more in the marriage sphere, who talks about marriage. Or if, let's say you're working locally and you want to figure out how to do a small charity and work a small charity, then maybe you should just look for someone local, maybe in your town, in your city, that you can, community organizer that's there that you can model, rather than trying to find the biggest charity, because you were never wanting to run $1 million charity. You wanted a small thing. So, whether the field is work and business, whether it's your spiritual life, whether it's love and relationships, whether it's just, personal finance, you can get different mentors in all of this. Personally, I found that it's really tiring especially when I started, I found that it was really tiring to have more than one mentor at a time. It was really tiring to have more than one at a time. Especially if you have to periodically meet up with a mentor, because some of my first mentors, they were guys who were local, so I would meet with them maybe every month, every week, whatever. And it would get tiring if it was more than one. But later, when I started using books, if you're looking at books, for example, you can be juggling 2 or 3 mentors at a time. And this, my friends, is what is personal growth. This is actually personal development, what I'm teaching you right now. So I like to always end the video on something practical and something that can engage you. How can you engage a mentor? The short answer to that is just ask. That's how you can engage a mentor. But some practical tips here. Number one, watch their content and their videos. If you go on YouTube, you will find content and videos for loads of mentors. They have websites with videos. Watch it, read their content, whatever. Number two, you can attend the events that they are, present at. You can attend the events that these people are present. Loads of these guys do events. Go there, attend, try and meet them. Number three, you can befriend them. Just be friendly, and these people are people as well. You could just be friends with them, become friends. I became friends with people that I thought never. I ended up being friends with a really powerful man who I was like, wow, I can't even believe he's talking to me. But that was just because I asked. Another thing you can do, number four, become their student. If the person, especially if they're a teacher or they produce learning materials, become their student, or maybe even their disciple, or maybe even their protege, and apply their materials so much better than anybody else. Take their materials and apply them better than anybody else. You will catch their attention when you become their best student. And again, another thing, last thing, support their initiatives and events. See, most mentors will mentor you for free. They'll do things for you for free, so they won't charge you for all this. But remember, either they have a business or whatever they're doing, it's good to support their initiatives. Buy their book, go to their training session or whatever seminar they have. Be useful to them and help them as well. If you end up with a business idea that's really good, give them an opportunity to invest in you. That's one way you can repay them. And again, you're getting that bond, and you're getting that bond with them. They'll be more willing to be like, interested in what you're doing. So, for me, what mentors have done for me. I'll give you an example of 3 mentors that I have and 3 mentors that I've had in my life. A mentor like Dr. Sunday Adelaja, for me, the Nigerian guy, he's my mentor, and he really helped me to get up after catastrophic failure in my life. His stuff helped me to really, get back up after I'd failed really badly in my life. A lot of my first book, Minimum Wage Revolution, search for it on Amazon or see the link below this. That book came out of the things that he taught me when I was down in the dumps. Another mentor that I have, Tudor Bismarck, a guy from Zimbabwe, a great thinker. This man taught me how to think at the level of kings and how to think at national and international levels rather than just at local levels. And a guy like Roger Hamilton, for example, has mentored me in business in order to see how to change my thoughts and turn my thoughts into actual money. Really, really, these are all mentors that have helped me. So you too need to get your mentor in your life today. So I hope you enjoy this video, guys, and have a great weekend. Awesome. Later.